The key differences to look for in an invoice automation solution is first of all the provider itself. There are many providers of invoice automation solutions that actually just sell workflow, and that's a big difference. Workflow just means doing the same thing, now electronically, but it doesn't provide any automation. Automation is what gives you the real benefit, what gives you the real saving. And savings can be between 60 and 90% of what you did before to an invoice, means now it's gone. And in turn, to achieve that, you need real automation, that is real savings. The second thing that you need to look for is which of those providers actually come out of a different area of expertise. So for example, there are some providers that have their expertise in scanning, but then just added an additional part to it, like workflow, for example, or some degree of automation. So it's a tricky field, so to say, and it is important to understand the references and where the organization is coming from. That's why Basware is just a safe bet, because they've been doing that for 20 years already. There are key differences in integration. Integration means either keyhole surgery, or that's a nice metaphor for it, which means using a standard defined interface that SAP offers, which means you have a loose coupling to SAP, and with this loose coupling you also make sure that both systems are staying independent from each other while still talking to each other, being connected. Other systems, other solutions put business logic within SAP, and having that within SAP oftentimes means bloating the SAP system, making it bigger than necessary. That means customization, that means additional work being necessary, that means additional expertise being necessary, that means additional SAP licenses being necessary. And now imagine invoice automation is something that you potentially roll out to 50 to 80% in your organization, and that would mean 50 to 80% more of your SAP licenses. Now that is real money that we're talking about. Safety in terms of SAP has many aspects. One of the aspects is safe integration, and safe integration is certified by SAP. So basically you get a certification stamp for not breaking an SAP system when interacting with it. That's one part of safety. The other part of safety is how you actually can use the solution in conjunction with SAP while maintaining operations of your SAP system. How much time does it take you to maintain your system? How much time does it take you to upgrade your system? How much time does it take you to interchange information between one and the other system? And the less work you have to do in that area, the safer a system is, because the more hands are involved, the more problems are there potentially. I think it depends on the organization that we're talking about. So a manufacturing organization that will be focusing on direct procurement will have a totally different view than, for example, a consulting organization. That's the first thing. The second thing is that many organizations have a good way of dealing with their direct procurement already, but indirect procurement isn't touched at all. That is also where a lot of money is lost, but no one knows about it. That's why starting off with invoice automation to collect all the data is actually a good thing, because there you see who is buying from where and what and to which prices, which you before didn't see because it's not direct but indirect procurement. Once that is established, you can still think about whether or not to use an existing system or you switch to Basware. The interesting part about Basware is that it would be beneficial to even run it in parallel to your SRM system, for example, which you might have implemented from SAP, and once it's up and running, you just don't want to ditch it, but you still want to be using it. And with having that, you can cover the indirect part easily. I think the demand for mobile clients definitely are on the rise. People want to focus on what is really important in their business. Accepting or rejecting an invoice, for example, is not. It's stuff that has to be done, but where you do it and how you do it, that's something totally different. So if you can do it before you catch a plane or on the train or on the tram on the underground, that's even better, because you don't waste your time in the office and you can do much more interesting things there. And that's why I think those kind of applications are definitely on the rise. A CIO would choose Basware because he knows what he gets. He can quantify and qualify the results, the outcome, how much costs will be saved. It's an easy sell into the financial community in his organization because they know they need a solution like that. It's also something that will help him actually maintain his existing systems. So the whole ecosystem that he has in his organization will be more stable with Basware in it than with any other possible solution for invoice automation. So those are three good reasons. It's cost savings, it's the performance that he gains, and it's the ecosystem that actually gets more stable. Those are the key things.